So this is the house where the retreat is at, and you can see it's very cloudy outside, starting to hear a little bit of thunder. And of course there's another gal here also from Arizona, and since we don't get much rain, we both came running outside as soon as we heard that there was thunder and gonna be rain, because we don't get a ton of rain in Arizona. So the retreat house is on the corner of Rodney Street and 7th Avenue. And I'm just gonna walk down here a little bit. Like I said, it's got more than enough room for all of us. Big crafting room. Several people drove, several people flew. Okay, here is the room that we will be crafting in. I guess apparently it is normally a quilting retreat. As you can see, it's a really spacious room and very well set up for any kind of a retreat. Wow. I want to tell, here they come. How fun. So then, these are the bedrooms.
That's awesome.
And it is definitely like dorm style. It's going to be so much fun. Lots of giggles, I'm sure. I'm in a room with 3 other people, and Gail has left us a little treat. A couple of little chocolates. I tell you, high-class gal, that Gayle Agostinelli. This is the giveaway table, and Gail and several other of the attendants have put some stuff here on this table, in which it's free to take whatever you might want to use in your projects or to take home to your craft room and use. I had to do a voiceover on this part of the video because there was music playing in the background that was recognizable, and YouTube will come after you if you don't have the copyright to whatever music is playing. So this table here is for us to use while we're here at the retreat. Gail has set up an incredible amount of things for us to use if we need to. There is fabric rolls, and I found some fabric that I am using in my sewing journal. There's paper, there's coffee dyed material, there's envelopes, there are books, postcards, scraps of fabric to tie things with, glue, library cards, punches. Even her sewing machine is set up for us to use. So this is a fantastic table, and as more people came that drove, they brought things to add to that table. Now as I move over here, this is where I'm going to be sitting. However, I switched my chair around because I had my back to Gail, and so I didn't want to have my back to her. I wanted to see her. This cute little package Gail left us, and it is some hand sanitizer spray and some lotion. That cute little tag there. And then this stuff here is from Betsy, who's one of the participants. She gave us some vintage or antique buttons there. I did use one of them in my sewing journal. Then she left us a slow stitch kit. I want to make a bee journal, and that one will be perfect with that, to add some of that. And then she left us some papers, vintage book pages and papers and what have you. So that was fun. We got things from almost everybody that attended, some little gift. My suitcase broke while the baggage handlers were throwing it around, and so Gail gave me some duct tape to repair it with. So, and that looks like fun tape there. And then many of you know that Gail has a merch shop or merchandise shop, and she gave each of us one of these little bags that say kind on it, and then on the back side is her full name. Her merchandise shop is a collaboration between her and her son, and she's got some really neat things over there in her shop. This is a snack table that Gail had set up for us. There was chips, candy, muffins, all kinds of really fun things to snack on. This is our dining table, and both lunch and dinner was catered by Catherine, and the food was absolutely fantastic. I did get permission from each individual person to have them be in my YouTube channel, their pictures, and so I'm going to go through and tell you who everyone is. In the back left-hand corner is Ruth. Then next to her is me. And then right there with that green shirt, we all know who that is, Gayle Agostinelli. And you know Gail has an Etsy store. It is called Cinnamon Tea. You are also able to buy merchandise that both Gail and her son collaborated. And there's t-shirts and sweatshirts and shoes and backpacks, all kinds of fun stuff. So I will link all of these shops in the description box. Then next to Gail in the purple is Veronica, and her Etsy store is Triple V Vintage. She's got beautiful, beautiful papers over there. Next to her is Betsy, and Betsy doesn't have an Etsy store right now. Then next to her is Jessi, who is Vintage Studio 717, who has an Etsy store and also a YouTube channel. And then next to her is Eve. She's the last person in the back on the right side. Eve's YouTube channel is Eve Spade, and then her Etsy store is called Collective Chickadee. Then in the front, in the pink shirt in the left-hand front area is Thea, and Thea's Etsy store is called Gingham and Glue. Then next to her is Carol, and Carol is soon to be Paper Gone Rogue. Isn't that a cute name? I love that. And then over to the right, the very last person there is Lori, who is on Etsy, Piles of Paragraphs. What a wonderful group of ladies, and please go over to their shops and purchase things from them because they definitely deserve it. They are just wonderful, wonderful women. This is a still shot of everybody crafting and working on their journals. This is one of the lunches that was provided for us. Isn't that an absolutely beautiful charcuterie board? And she provided 2 of those beautiful boards for us to have for our lunch. Now, I like to joke around and prank people. And I have been collecting little things over probably about 25 years, and I brought that little bag with me of things. In this first picture are some funny glasses with crazy eyes. This was the morning after the first day with my cup of hot chocolate, and I'm just exhausted. Then this is the second day in which I said, Gail, I think I saw a lizard run across the floor. And then, of course, I am standing there with that pair of glasses with a lizard glued to them. And of course, one morning I came in with my teeth tongs to get my bread. And I believe this was the day before we left, and there was such a wonderful rainstorm that came across Helena, and oh, it was just so beautiful. Again, I don't get to see a lot of rain in Arizona, the southern part of Arizona where I live, so I really enjoyed this. Well, hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner. Today I'm in Helena, Montana, and I have a special guest with me. I am so excited because I have the privilege to be one of only 11 people that got to come to Gayle Agostinelli's crafting retreat. So I'm going to interview her. Now, you guys know Gail, right? You do?
Hello, everyone.
She only has almost 59,000 subscribers, so I have just a couple of questions for her. So we have a theme here, or a little saying that we said is at the crafting retreat. And what is that? What do we keep saying?
Is that the kindness one?
Well, that too.
We went over these questions. I can't remember them already.
Okay. What happens at that?
That
there
one.
We go.
Oh, that one. Thanks. I just need a little prompt. What happens at the retreat stays at the retreat.
Stays at the retreat.
I'm sorry. Our other mutual friend is kind of behind the camera, and she makes me giggle so much. So yes, what happens at the retreat stays at the retreat.
Because
except for the stories that I'll tell on my channel.
Yeah, that's true. We are having so much fun. It is an absolutely wonderful group of women. When you say, I mean,
beyond what I could have ever expected.
It is. Everybody's getting along. We're doing lots of crafting, journal making, sharing of products and ideas, and it's just,
life,
lots of life stories. So I have another question for you. So now you've been to several retreats, whether it be quilting retreats, crafting retreats. Mm-hmm. What would you say is the best thing about going to retreats?
Oh, I think it's the time it's time away from real life for sure. And then to be around people who have the same passion that you do, and then, being able to just, inspire each other. You pick up this from that one and that from this one and this one. Yeah, it's fabulous. I highly recommend it. And I get asked all the time, how do you get to go to a retreat? Oh, know about a retreat. Mm-hmm. How do you know about a retreat? Well, my friends put them on. That's how I started to go. And then I started hosting my own. So if you don't know of a retreat, just check out a venue in your area and, and see if you can't put it on Facebook and get some folks to come, or people in your own community. You just have to kind of jump out there and do it.
And really, there was only 2 people that you actually knew, is that correct, at this retreat? Mm-hmm.
hosting this retreat.
Yes.
That you had met. All the rest of us had never met Gail or each other.
Yeah, we were online friends.
Yes, right.
But as far as in person, yeah. When I picked Juanette up at the airport, this was funny. There was a lady from the community. She was picking somebody up at the airport, and Juanette came out waving and all excited and everything, and we hugged and everything. And she goes, "Oh, so you two know each other?" And we're like, "No,
We hadn't met.
no."
Except for online or on
Yeah.
our YouTube channels.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
Yes. Now, you have made a lot of journals over your years. And we all kind of sometimes pick a theme for our journals. What would you say is your favorite theme you've ever made of with a journal?
Yeah. I think nature in various forms is always something that I love doing. I love the bee journals, and I love doing the flowers and the butterflies and all of that stuff. So definitely nature's way up there and you can go so many ways with it,
Right, yeah.
So I think that's a fun one. I would say to that too that journals that are for a specific person, like the few baby journals that I've made. When I made my daughter one for her last baby, and those kind of things that have special sentimental value, sort of. Yeah, that's a lot of fun too. But in general, probably nature
The nature
related.
ones.
Yeah.
And is there a journal or an idea that you've had for a journal that you haven't done yet that's on your list?
Well, since the list is like 3 miles long, yes. Yes. But I think one that's really starting to make me itchy and I need to do it is the Shirley Temple Journal.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I have collected a lot of things for it, and I found an awesome book about Shirley Temple that has photos and stuff in it that will be able to be made into ephemera and that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking about maybe doing an altered book with it rather than a signature sewn in type journal.
And if you guys who are really young don't know who Shirley Temple is,
Good point.
Google her, because she's from our era and was a little girl actress and was fantastic.
Oh,
she
really was so cute.
She was very good.
There is a giant squirrel right there. Okay,
Okay.
it went away.
Oh, how cute. Oh. Now the next question.
Okay, sorry.
No, squirrel. Okay. If there is one person that you don't know or haven't met before, but is a journal maker or crafter that you would like to sit down and be able to craft with. Now, you haven't met this person, but you know of them. Who would you love to just sit down and craft with?
So I know of them, or I have talked to them perhaps online and that sort of thing. Well, I don't think anybody will be surprised to hear that Carrie the Crafter. It's definitely on my bucket list to meet him, and and who knows? Maybe he'll come to a retreat
I
someday.
think we're going to have to try to talk him into it, aren't we?
Honestly, I would love to do a jelly printing session with Carrie because
He's very good.
He's so good at it, and I love getting messy and to do that with him, I think would just be a riot. I'd love it. I'd love it.
Would be
So,
fun.
yeah, definitely Carrie. He's the one that I'd love to meet in person. Yeah.
And I only have one last question.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I live in Phoenix, Arizona,
Yes, you do.
and we have gorgeous winters. And I know it's quite cold up here in Montana in the wintertime. If I host a retreat in the wintertime in Arizona, would you come?
Thank you. I would love to come. I would love to come. Could we schedule it when it's 30 below in Montana?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that's the plan.
It's a deal.
Because it'll be probably about 70 degrees in Phoenix at that time.
Oh, sounds
So, yes.
lovely. Sounds
Okay.
lovely. Okay.
It's a plan.
Okay.
Thank you, Gail, for joining me
thanks,
today.
Juanette. So fun.
As always, thank you guys for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner. We'll see you next Monday. Thanks. Bye.
Yay, bye.